Hey everyone, welcome back to my never-ending saga inside of this RV. As you can see, I now have power in here. The RV, these are the RV's lights, which is pretty cool. Um, Over the weekend, a good friend of mine came over, and he's kind of a jack of all trades, and he took some time off to come and help me figure out the electrical system. Because before, I don't know if you recall at the beginning of the story, the first person who I hired to help me fix my RV, he just cut all the cords to the electrical box, and he made a mess. So I didn't want to mess with it. I didn't feel like getting electrocuted or like burning my RV down. So I just waited for him to come and help me, and he did. I'm very thankful, and yeah, I now have lights and my AC's running, which is pretty cool. So this is like way in the future. A lot has happened, right, since then. I'm falling like really behind on my videos. I think this is gonna be the third one, and I still have, I think, like maybe 4 videos to post before I catch up to what's going on now. But yeah, so in this video, I guess I'll address what's happening in this one. I think I'm still working on the outside, and I glued the driver. I glue the driver side outside the fiberglass panel, and then I install the window, and I think that's where the video leaves off. And then I also just check on this side where we had left off, with the fiberglass resin and the wood chips mixture concoction that I made to fill the gaps and holes on the overcab curve fiberglass on the outside, and everything worked out fine. So yeah, that's where we're at, guys. So thanks for watching. Leave a like, be my new friend. If you want to be my friend, subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the 4th video. Hello everyone, so here we are working back on the RV, and here in this episode, I believe we installed the window on this side by the end. As you can see, I had it all tarped up because we had those heavy rains where water got inside, and I hadn't touched it for a long time. So I was uncovering it, and I believe I was going to start prepping and everything on this side to install the window, while everything on the passenger side of the RV cured, where I had applied epoxy and resin to fill in the gaps that I had on the overcab section where it curves. And here I was just peeling off and scraping away all the residue around the window. Here's where I started cleaning the window off from all the silicone caulking they put on it. Some parts were kind of a pain, and I'm scraping off all the other caulking I put as well. When I got the unit, I just covered everything in caulk because of how much water leakage I had, and I didn't know what was leaking and what wasn't, so I just literally covered every seam with a caulk. So this is what I spent doing for this portion of the video. And then here I'm just prepping the window, scraping off all the I'm trying to remember if this one had butyl tape. No, that I remember none of the windows had butyl tape. They were just like, I think they put like contact cement and then just put some kind of caulking on the surrounding, and that's what I'm doing, just scraping away, making sure everything's ready just so I can lay down a fresh roll of butyl tape. And I don't remember the reason why I went ahead and I jumped over to this side. But here I was just taking off all the straps and everything that was left so the fiberglass resin could cure correctly inside of here, in these curves where there was major gaps. And I was taking off the weights and the cinder block on top that was holding the straps down. Now I'm just checking that everything went ahead and cured correctly. And I believe I'm putting the tarp down so I can, just in case it rains. I think I was just trying to be secure about it. Yeah, look, there I go. Those rains were so sporadic during that time. So, and then here another day, I went ahead and I guess I tackled the window section. I was gonna put it back on finally, and if I remember, I was cleaning everything with alcohol, the surrounding edges of the window here, and taking off all the dirt and whatnot. And I think I do the same to the, yeah, look, there I am pouring alcohol on this old sock of mine that I went ahead and used for a rag so I could clean the debris. And I guess I did not film where I went ahead and I put the butyl tape around the window before installing it, but I put butyl tape around the window, and I was just hammering those edges in with a rubber mallet because it did not want to go in, and I did not capture in the video, but I was panicking here for a while because I couldn't get some parts to clamp and seal with the outside window. I think I left that out. I think I just left the success. I went ahead and skipped all that. But here I am just screwing the surrounding. Okay, so the butyl tape did do its job and it squeezed out, as you can see. I'll just have to trim it later. And there we go. The window's back on. Alright, so we're finally back, and I'm gonna try and explain where I left off and what I did. So I still need to glue this part where the RV trim here sit. It was too short, so I kind of made these little scales to sit on top of here and catch this lip right here. I had also put resin and epoxy so it wouldn't just be raw wood behind here, just in case water or something came down here. This is protected, and I'm not too sure how these will act here once it rains or water passes through here. But I did go ahead and put butyl in there, butyl tape in there, and then I'll go ahead and screw these in. They'll be screwed in here, making pressure so the butyl can sit nice and tight in there, just like here. And then glue this part and drill this here so that this can be stuck here, because the trim does not touch or reach this. That was the purpose of this. I'll show you guys later. And so the trim will sit on top of these scales, and this will be screwed in. And then on that note, I also have to finish gluing the inside of here. The glue didn't take too well the first time. Many spots didn't glue, so while it's exposed, not closed, I'm gonna go ahead and glue that up. Okay, so what I was doing is I was pre-drilling some holes. That way I can just go ahead and screw them on, and then that's how that will sit, like that. I believe I had stuffed some more butyl tape on this side. I wasn't happy with it, so with the little plastic scraper I was just shoving it in there more so that when I go ahead and screw this bit in, it can really put some pressure down and really expand and squeeze out that butyl tape inside of there, because I didn't really know how these little shingles that I made here on the side were gonna work, so I just tried my best and stuffed everything with butyl tape. In my head, I think I really went ahead and I layered each little shingle so that when water falls down it can't reach the inside. It just kind of drips down on top of each other like a roof shingle, you know. That was the idea, but I mean on paper, but I don't know how it's gonna work in real life, you know. Now fast forwarding to where we are, I have had some rains, and I have not noticed any water intrusion in this area yet. But also went crazy and I put a bunch of decor on everything aside from the butyl, just to be safe. But I mean, it has paid off because so far there hasn't been that much water. It hasn't been that tested yet. We've had some heavy rains, but so far nothing. But once monsoon season hits or something crazy like that, or we have a storm, then I'll let you guys know what happened. And now I was getting ready to glue everything here. This fiberglass wall panel. So I was just laying down some Gorilla all-weather glue caulking. I've noticed I really like this type of glue better. Before I was using a Gorilla Glue spray, and it like instantly like bonded together, and it left very little room for error. And I don't know why I never thought about. Well, I mean, you learn and
you live and learn, you know. But that's what I found out, that the Gorilla Glue All Weather was just so much better, and the spray one is not all weather. I learned later. Um, so I really like this one because it was gap filling, and it really did bond very well. And the instructions say themselves you're not supposed to like really squeeze down the material that you're gluing, because the glue still expands a bit, and that's how it really bonds. Like if you really squeeze it, it doesn't create such well of a bond as it is intended to. And here I start laying down the 2x4s to create some pressure, so I can just leave this curing overnight. I think I left it curing for a couple days before I touched it again, and I was just very happy with how everything glued down. Compared to before, it was just horrible. There was nothing left of that Luan wood in there. I put two small pieces of 2x4s on each side there. Later I went and I just put another longer piece in the middle so it can create equal pressure along both ends. And here I started screwing down the fiberglass panel to the Luan sheet underneath, just so this bottom part can really bond together. And it took a little longer here because this is where I had to screw through the fiberglass and the flashing here, the galvanized steel here. And for some reason I remember one was giving me the hardest time. It did not want to go through. And then it just did not want to catch. But yeah, that was it. That was all for this episode.